Avango Energy. Today is the 27th of April 2018. Consciously awesome. Anything is awesome as long as it is happening consciously. This is a quote by myself. And I want to continue with talking about my day yesterday. I did a lot of bug fixing in the Pro app. Then I had a walk together with Manuel, and we were chatting a bit, and he went shopping for groceries, and I accompanied him. What I noticed there is that inside of the supermarket, I started then also having a call with Elena, and then so I was having like two conversations going on at that moment, talking to Elena, and at the same time, Manuel waiting outside for me. And then I continued to talk with him, which was a bit of a weird situation, but at the same time, but yet I found that to be a way of handling both my desire to talk to these two people in that moment. And then in terms of work, I refactored the focus setting in ProApp, and I still experienced one bug or another today in the morning. That's why I now already set out fixing them, but I want to first get my routines settled here. And I'm really happy with the habits and routines part of the Coalition app now, and looking forward to using it and getting some nice insights and training my habits with it. And also something that for me was interesting is I had a longer conversation, a video call with my mother talking about the options of buying real estate in Tenerife. And we got I got an update of the real estate offer for the Berlin flat that I visited together with Corinna, that they had another bidding which was higher, which is fine with me, but still I want to somehow move on, and I'm not certain in what direction to go, but I will find the clarity eventually. And that's the kind of luxury problem that I like to have. In contrast to my down-to-earth, very physical problems, one of them being still, or challenges rather, one of them being still my decluttering. Now that I managed to get the habits part to work in Coalition and putting a check mark for the working version, even if it's not perfect, but what is. So then there's one thing that I want to take into consideration, maybe also focusing on, which is the website, because it's not at all in sync. The Coalition website is not at all in sync anymore with the current state of the state of development and state of the project. So putting these two in sync is still something that I want to do. And that's from the Coalition side of things. From the personal side, my inventory sale is the next big thing to tackle. And maybe I'll just have like juggling between these two going on, or I'll just put my mental focus on the inventory for now to get a big batch of that one forward, and then later come back and do the next thing. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing which I put as a focus. So I'll just move on to what will I focus on for today, because that's actually all I already pre-thought these things. So there's two things that I want to be focusing on. One is the inventory declutter, and the second is the Coalition next version, which for me the next steps are refactoring the focus outcomes so that actually I can have 1, 2, 4, or even more outcomes as a focus depending on the level. And but it's not that I want to implement this fully right now, but just I want to refactor it, because this static 1, 2, 3, 4 is not what I want to go with in the long run. So this is something I want to refactor, and I want to, then the next thing is the implementing the focus report. So instead of sending an email when I'm setting my focus, I want to do it on a time-based schedule that that is the same for all people in Coalition. And at that moment, there will be a report generated for the past and for the future of that person. So for the day scope, for instance, this means that if I get an email of my duo partner saying this is how it went for her yesterday, and this is what she's focusing on today, similar to these check-ins, but in a more pragmatic way. So that's what I'm going to do today. There's other things that I don't have as my focus, but are still on my agenda. One thing is that I will have a hypnosis session. And the second is I will have a thinking session together with Elena, thinking about the website and looking at her ideas and designs when it comes to this. I wish you a legendary day. And as always, if you have some feedback, I'd love to hear it. And I wish to see you soon.